So a couple things today. How to hold and how to strum. Holding's relatively straightforward. You're going to tuck this thing right back into your elbow, into the crook of your arm, something like that. Whatever kind of feels comfortable with a Pickin stick or a strum stick model. The body isn't big enough for you to do that and not end up strumming across the frets. You could try and hold it with like the back of your wrist, but that might get awkward. Up to you. It also sounds different. Hard to hear the difference, but promise you you can hear a difference in person. So that's how you would go about holding it. And then you've got your left finger. Now to make it easy on myself, I've got a strap here that's just a piece of cord attached around the headstock up here and then around the bottom through an eye hole thing. This one came like that. So I'm kind of cheating the system by playing without tucking it in. The more important thing, however, is to think about how to strum them. Now, because there's not, if you're playing a Seagull Merlin, there's somewhere you can plant your pinky. With this one, there's not unless you're all the way back here. It's really difficult, so you're going to have to get used to just being free form with your wrist. Ultimately, the only way to be predictable is if you can get control with your rhythm, your the space in which you're moving. So you're not like this all the time. You're trying to be controlled about it. So it's really more about having your wrist move, not your arm moving. Okay. Now, the good thing about a stick dulcimer or a mountain dulcimer is that it's tuned open so that just being strummed like this, it sounds good. So, for the sake of practice, you can just start off by trying to make sure that you're strumming all the strings. And this is called a downstroke. I've got just my fingers because adding in a pick is just another layer of complication. We'll address that in just a second. Now, if I struck the strings coming back up, which means I hit the highest one first, that's called an upstroke. So you're just looking to hit all the strings, whether you're playing or you're playing like a full chord. So you don't always have to hit all the strings. You could always just be going after one. But for the sake of beginners, and this is why our one finger melody songs are so important and exciting, is to get you there faster. So with that in mind, put your first finger at the second fret on just the first string so that you get, right? And then just do downstrokes until you're comfortable getting that full connection with the strings. So you then move it up. Go 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So if you feel comfortable with that, once you get it, do up and down. Down and up, I guess. So you're already most of the way there to getting that free falling that you're about to learn. Now the tricky thing there is just that I'm only hitting certain downstrokes and upstrokes, but the motion of my hand is mostly the same, right? Except then I move. See how that works? I'm gonna show you pick. The way I like to hold a pick is put it right on top of the fleshy part of the first knuckle, first segment of your finger. Roll it in, put your thumb across it so your thumb is lined up with your first, the first segment of your index finger, so that it's sticking out like that, and then so then you get a tonal difference. If you wanted something a little brighter, you can use your pick instead of your thumb. So I just went a little bit more complex there because I was adding in some extra things. You'll be able to do that too. Starting off though, it's good just to keep it simple.